our logo, vision, and mission as well. The 6 dots in the logo represent the countries that we want to focus, and the last dot, which is in the center, the gray one, is the dot which represent concrete structure, the Brücke, the bridge, where we want to be a bridge between the IT consulting Indian capability to the European customer requirements and managing the expectations and supporting them. That's how we got this name as RheinBrücke. Well, as of today, we have 70 plus associates, as we fondly call them, and we have 3 top global, Fortune 100 customers. Netherlands, we have in Dubai, in Middle East, and in Harrisburg. Portals collaboration, and the last one is consulting and advisory services. We will go over in deep in each of these verticals what we do, and across EMEA, and all these customers, we support them from our state-of-art delivery center in Cologne, and now since today in India as well. These are the few of the customers that we have. Just to give you a perspective of what we do, I would just like you to hear what few of the customers have spoken about our services and what we do, and then we will move on to Dr. Yog to
our clients. Und Business Consulting in den Bereichen Produktion, Supply Chain und Automotive Aftermarket, meist für deutsche Industrieunternehmen. Das Geschäft mit deutschen KMUs ist einmalig und trägt mit 78% zur Wirtschaftsstärke der Dachregion bei. Die Anforderungen der KMU sind komplex und man muss sowohl die Komplexität des Projekts auch ganz wichtig die Kultur des Menschen verstehen. Vor diesem Hintergrund sehe ich das KMU-Modell von RheinBrücke als einzigartig an. Die Nachwuchssituation der Kundenbetreuung vor Ort mit den Offshore-Consultants ist aus meiner Sicht ein wesentlicher Erfolgsfaktor für den Projekterfolg. Ich habe mit RheinBrücke im Beratungsbereich IT-Kostenoptimierung, IT-Intelligence und Projektmanagement in mehreren Projekten erfolgreich zusammengearbeitet, und ich glaube, dass RheinBrücke in diesem Modell wirklich einen sehr großen Mehrwert für den Kunden erzielt hat, und es hat mir immer Freude gemacht, mit RheinBrücke zusammenzuarbeiten. Vor diesem Hintergrund freue ich mich auf die weitere Zusammenarbeit mit RheinBrücke in der Umsetzung ihres KMU-Modells. Die IF-beratenden Ingenieure wurden vor 40 Jahren gegründet. Es war damals Herr Professor, der sein Büro 1967 in Innsbruck eröffnet hat. Herr Falconer hat 2 Jahre später, 1969, ein weiteres Büro in München eröffnet, und seitdem sind wir stetig gewachsen. Wir haben mittlerweile ca. 1800 Mitarbeiter, weitere freie Mitarbeiter, Freelancer kommen dazu. Wir sind in 30 Büros tätig und unsere Hauptgeschäftsfelder sind Öl und Gas, Energie und Umwelt, Transport und Wasser und Umweltschutz. In diesen 4 Hauptgeschäftsfeldern betrachten wir uns als Weltmarktführer. Wir sind innerhalb der ersten 10 Ingenieurfirmen, und aufgrund unserer Größe sind wir in der Lage, sehr komplexe und umfangreiche Projekte durchzuführen. Aufgrund der Komplexität unserer Projekte sind wir auf eine sehr gute IT-Unterstützung angewiesen. Wir bearbeiten Projekte an verschiedenen Standorten mit sehr komplexer Software, und das erfordert eine hohe Zuverlässigkeit der IT. Wir haben verschiedenste Applikationen mittlerweile selbst erstellt und uns von externen Firmen lassen. Wie bekannt sind IT-Projekte kompliziert, weil die Anforderungen nicht immer im Detail beschrieben werden können. Wir haben also diesbezüglich nicht immer die allerbesten Erfahrungen gemacht. RheinBrückes KMU-Modell ist hier außergewöhnlich. Es gibt einen Berater, der vor Ort die Applikation aufnimmt und analysiert und somit die Schnittstelle zu den Programmierern bildet. Und das ist der Schlüssel für ein erfolgreiches IT-Projekt. Und
das wurde von RheinBrücke in bester Form durchgeführt. Wir haben mit RheinBrücke verschiedenste Projekte durchgeführt, vorwiegend im Bereich ERP Selection, Working Collaboration und auch Applikationen. Die Zusammenarbeit mit RheinBrücke war sehr positiv und wir freuen uns auf eine weitere gute Zusammenarbeit.
For the past 16 years I've been working as an
So, and what we have done for them. So now I frankly request Dr. Kiran to do and
My name is Jörg Kiran. I'm the managing director of one of these European consulting. We're doing consulting in the area of new business models for our customers, business processes, reorganization of the processes and the organizational structures, as well as performance measurement concepts. And that's it. At the end of our projects, we hand over, implement what we have developed in our concepts. And that is the problem, because in many of our projects in the past, the IT departments or IT consulting companies did not do what we have developed in our concepts. So we said we need a new business model to help the customers to integrate their business concepts with the IT technology. That IT technology and IT implementation supports the business processes in a very good manner, in the best manner possible. And especially for the small and medium-sized enterprises in Europe, we need a new business model. Because the small and medium enterprises, and here you see some of the main figures with regard to the European small and medium-sized enterprise importance, they face a lot of challenges in Europe. They were in the past very strong, they are today very strong, and this strength leads to challenge which is called global processes. They have to implement global processes. This is one side of the medal. On the other side of the medal, many of them are very old companies, and they have implemented their first ERP system maybe in the 80s, maybe in the 90s. And what do you think? They use these systems also today. So they have very old IT systems which are not supporting new business models, which are not supporting the flexible business processes of today. And in Europe, they go to the big IT consulting companies. But the big IT consulting companies do not understand the language of the small and medium-sized enterprises. They understand maybe the language of a Mercedes, BMW, or the big chemical companies, whatever, but not of a 500 employees company. And therefore, we need, therefore, a new business model. And the first integration path in this business model is to integrate knowledge about the business and knowledge about the IT technology. That you do not have to translate from business to IT, that you have an integrated approach to implement the right IT technology for the developed business processes. Okay, this is one of the challenges which we want to address with the RheinBrücke Prothema Corporation. The second one is, in Europe, we do not have the IT capabilities. We do not have motivated IT specialists, IT experts, IT consultants. And this is exactly what we need in Europe. Workforce. And on the other hand, here, that you have all these availability here. And this was dealing with the customers in Europe. And this is the integration path we want to go together with RheinBrücke, that we have a local project team working together with the small and medium-sized enterprises on site in Europe, think this is and will be a successful business model for the future. But to Kumar to give you some insights about the local Indian Development Center, which was inaugurated today in the morning.
Showing you the inaugural that happened earlier today, and then spend a few minutes talking about what we're going to do from Chennai, and then we can head off to the Q&A session. You feel free to ask any questions that you may have. So, in terms of the Chennai Development Center, as I mentioned to you earlier, the India Development Center of RheinBrücke is in Rheinkontakt in India, and we just did the inaugural earlier today. And I'll just show you some pictures just to give you a perspective. Of course, you on the right, and then we have the Honorable Consul General of Germany, and then we have Mr. Keating, who is the Executive Vice President of Epicor, and Mr. James, who is James Granter, who is the Vice President of Channel Business. Again, all the dignitaries just before launch. Inauguration of the India Development Center by Honorable Consul General of Germany. We have the picture of the Indian IT delivery capabilities, and we find that Chennai has always lived up to the expectations that we have. And the India Development Center is going to focus on development and delivery of our service offerings. One of the focus areas is going to be enterprise solutions, which is essentially ERP. And within ERP, we are going to be focusing on SAP and Epicor. SAP, we all know it's like a HR product. Epicor is very modern and fast emerging multi-billion-dollar ERP, which addresses mid-market solutions. So now this aligns very well with our strategic focus of this SME market. Our operations are just less than a year old. We already become Microsoft Silver partner, and we will consistently keep developing that depth rather than spreading. And this is again aligned with how the SMEs like to work. They want people who can provide a solution completely, and rather than being all over the place. Consulting and advisory services is closely aligned with how the conceptualization is done at Protima, and then the IT consulting in terms of IT excellence or IT development, project management, program management is done by us. Modernization of the legacy systems and new systems, what needs to be done, what needs to be done. And the last offering is IP and product development. Again, this is focused on a niche, which is there are companies who are developing IT products at a very high cost base. We can bring a competitive advantage, the flexibility as well as the time advantage.
So your question is, out of these 3 verticals or 4 verticals that we are showing, you're asking which of those are going to be based on ADCs. Is that right? Primarily all the 4, but the more weightage will be for ERP, IT, and IP development will be based on here, and the consulting and advisory services will be based on
IT services, because it's supposed to be a huge market, especially in India, for intellectual property.
Yeah. In IT services, again, we are going to focus initially a lot on Microsoft platforms.
No, IP
and product. Okay, sorry. Yeah, IP and product development services. You are absolutely right. It is emerging a huge area of growth. However, it is something which is highly specialized. So it is not something where you can ramp up overnight, because there needs to be a very deep understanding of what the product will be doing. There's a lot of visualization capability required in addition to technical capability, because the product is evolving. It is not a stable platform on which you are doing incremental development, and it needs a lot of creativity in addition to logical skills. And that is one of the reasons why we have focused on this. In continental Europe, again, Berlin is a big center for developing IP and products. there are a lot of major startups there. And we are looking at tapping onto this, and we essentially are looking at minimum viable product is the first milestone for every product company, MVP, and to reach the MVP as soon as possible so that they can bring in investors, they can bring in customers. It makes a huge difference even if you can shave off 2, 3, 4 months from a paper design to a minimum viable product which can be showcased to new customers. And that speed and agility can be brought about by an extended arm of that company here. So we'll essentially be an extended arm of a company which is developing a product and embedded team there as well as here. That's the idea.
How will you have the capabilities to understand the IT itself? Because it's a very niche product they are developing. Will they be willing to share with you?
It's a matter of trust. Yes, it is a huge matter of trust, and that is one of the reasons why not everybody does this. Unless you have a connect with them, unless they trust you, they are not going to share their life's dream, because for many people their product is probably their life's dream. There are two kinds of product. We do have experience. We have done this before. We have built a trust factor in this area. The other thing is there are also other kinds of IPL products where there are mid to large companies who are actually also creations of the product.
India or?
For now, yes.
See, okay, let me answer this, your question this way. That the company is actually focusing for customers, supporting the services of the customers in Europe. Our idea as of now is not to look for local customers here. However, the pursuit of Epicor as a product, when we go out, we have got some customers here because we are getting right now, as we are talking in the last weeks, because of implementation of Epicor for multiple global rollouts. Those customers want to come and have their offices here implemented as well. So we have got into a couple of them in that way. Of course, we will continue to do that part of Epicor, part of the business in this region. But as a primary focus, it is more on European customers rather than Indian customers. We will do Indian customers as we can.
100 before the end of the year, and then keep doubling every year. So next 4 to 5 years, we will keep consistently doubling every year.
Expanding businesses in the country, so it needed a local partner to take care of its clients here. That was rising presence in India.
I would rather say it is coincidence. Coincides with that. That is not the reason why we came here. We came here primarily for as an earlier plan scientist. When mentioned my technology, for European focused customers, we want to have the delivery arm here. And when we collaborated with Epicor, we started collaborating with Epicor on various groups. We have the product development angle support, we partner support, the consulting support, and now the migration plan. So it also coincides with that, and again, we are supporting Epicor in India as a region, which also coincides with our global focus and footprint, which has close to thousands of user base across India, Europe, Middle East, Africa, and India. And they have launched the next generation product called Epicor ERP version 10, and it is expected. Migration factory, we are starting it, and it will ramp up. Right now, we expect that by the end of the year.
If you face anything, it's an easy task to enter into it.
Kumar is better fit to answer that question.
We didn't face any regulatory issues. I've done it 4 or 5 times before as well. So I have the experience of setting up an offshore development unit. I've done it in Chennai, I've done it in Delhi, and I don't think there was anything. So it has been a fairly comfortable process for us. In terms of RBI and FEMA, we have certain compliances additionally, in addition to if it were a pure Indian company. But those don't come in the way of actually getting operational.
So it doesn't become any roadblock for us to get started.
Is your service software export service as a categorization? Is it an export service?
Not really, in the sense that it's services, it's not software. So it is still if something is done from India for a European customer, it is still an export. It is an export still, but it's not software export. It's a services export because we are performing services for international customers.
So will it have made you have to export more volumes?
We will be touching a number of 300 within the next 12 to 15 months. 300 people.
Too early to say. He looks to be better than Oh, really? Okay. Sir, I will wish informal. Artist birthday was there. Oh.
I'm going to just move back to
Optimizing their existing ERP systems, and it's a crucial means for the success of many companies which are acting globally. So it would be a very, very interesting topic for the most of the companies. First of all, I would like to introduce several people to you. A warm welcome to the Deputy Consul General of the Federal Republic of Germany, Mr. Müller. And also a big applause for Mr. Vijay Kumar, the Chief Representative of the Netherlands NBSO, Netherlands Business Support Office. And last but not least, a warm welcome to all the distinguished panel members for the discussion afterwards, for the guests, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the RheinBrücke IT Consulting, I would like to welcome all of you to this event for our Rheinkontakt session. Today in the morning I want to give you a small wrap-up what has happened up to now today. In the morning we inaugurated the India Development Center of RheinBrücke here in Chennai. And I would like to show you some pictures, some video clips from this inauguration, which was an amazing event to start the operation of the India Development Center here in Chennai, and which gives the team a very good spirit to deliver successful results for their clients. So please have a look at the video. Company and with its strategy or with its mission and ambition. So first of all, we would like to give you a brief impression what is RheinBrücke about and what is the goal of the team, which consists of different cultures from Europe and from India, and to give you a quick overview what is the RheinBrücke company about. So this will also be done by using a video clip, so please have a look at the video clip about RheinBrücke. Until the video starts, I give you some short insights about the vision or the business model of RheinBrücke. What we want to do together with RheinBrücke, because my company is a business consulting company and RheinBrücke is an IT technology company, what we want to do, we want to bridge the gap between what we call business language and the IT technology. We want to deliver to our customers, which are mainly small and medium-sized enterprises, integrated solutions from the business model via the business processes until the IT technology, that there is no gap between business and IT. And this is one of our major goals
which we want to achieve together with RheinBrücke. The next thing is that we also want to use the best of both worlds, the best of the European business approach and the capabilities of India, especially the IT capabilities. You have a lot of young, well-educated, well-qualified people, IT professionals, IT experts, which we do not have in Europe. So we can build up a team. We don't want only to buy services within India. We want to build up a strong team between business consultants in Europe and IT capabilities here in India, and want to deliver a lot of benefits and very, very business-oriented solutions to our customers in Europe. So this is the main goal, the main business model behind RheinBrücke. And hopefully the video will play now. So RheinBrücke, the business model is very, very strongly based on people, because first of all we have business consultants, like I mentioned before, in Europe, and these business consultants are very strongly focused on the small and medium-sized enterprises in Europe. The small and medium-sized enterprises are the backbone of the European economy, because more than 99%, for example in Germany, of the companies are small and medium-sized companies, and most of them are family-owned. And these companies do need different solutions. They do not need the solutions from the big IT consulting companies with skills.
Advantages associated with global right-shore teams. RheinBrücke IT Consulting is a European company with a strong focus on IT solutions for small to mid-size to enterprise companies. In line with our vision and mission, the 6 dots on our logo represent the countries of our major focus, those that are connected by the River Rhine. The 7th dot on our logo represents the bridge, Die Brücke, which is symbolic of connectivity, overcoming barriers, a solid structure, and a link between cultures. RheinBrücke has a strong multicultural and multilingual team that understands the local market and its regional needs. The combination of dedicated local presence with the cost advantages associated with global right-shore teams are key to our success. We are operationally headquartered in Germany with subsidiaries in the Netherlands, USA, India, and the Emirates. We currently have operations in over a dozen countries throughout the EMEA regions, working for several customers, including 4 of the top Fortune 100 companies. The industries that we focus on are automotive, manufacturing, fast-moving consumer goods, construction, trading, pharma life science, and oil and gas. Our service portfolio covers enterprise solutions, consulting and advisory services, IT development and maintenance support, as well as IP and product development. We are consistently striving to deliver results beyond the expectations of our clients. See what some of them have to say.
Ich besitze langjährige Erfahrung an der Schnittstelle zwischen der IT und dem Business Consulting in den Bereichen Produktion, Supply Chain und Automotive Aftermarket, meist für deutsche Industrieunternehmen. Das Geschäft mit deutschen KMUs ist einmalig und trägt mit 78% zur Wirtschaftsstärke der Dachregion bei. Die Anforderungen der KMUs sind komplex und man muss sowohl die Komplexität des Projektes als auch, ganz wichtig, die Kultur des Menschen verstehen. Vor diesem Hintergrund sehe ich das KMU-Modell von RheinBrücke als einzigartig an. Die nahtlose Integration der Kundenbetreuung vor Ort mit den Offshore-Consultants ist aus meiner Sicht ein wesentlicher Erfolgsfaktor für den Projekterfolg. Ich habe mit RheinBrücke im Beratungsbereich IT-Kostenoptimierung, IT-Due Diligence und Projektmanagement in mehreren Projekten erfolgreich zusammengearbeitet und ich glaube, dass RheinBrücke mit diesem Modell wirklich einen sehr großen Mehrwert für den Kunden erzielt hat und es hat mir immer Freude gemacht, mit RheinBrücke zusammenzuarbeiten. Vor diesem Hintergrund freue ich mich auf die weitere Zusammenarbeit mit RheinBrücke in der Umsetzung Ihres KMU-Modells?
Die ILF-beratenden Ingenieure wurden vor 40 Jahren gegründet. Es war damals Herr Pius Lesser, der sein Büro 1967 in Innsbruck eröffnet hat. Herr Feiselmeier hat 2 Jahre später, 1969, ein weiteres Büro in München eröffnet und seitdem sind wir stetig gewachsen. Wir haben mittlerweile ca. 1800 Mitarbeiter, weitere freie Mitarbeiter, Freelancer kommen dazu. Wir sind in 30 Büros tätig und unsere Hauptgeschäftsfelder sind Öl und Gas, Energie und Umwelt, Transport und Wasser- und Umweltschutz. In diesen 4 Hauptgeschäftsfeldern betrachten wir uns als Weltmarktführer. Wir sind innerhalb der ersten 10 Ingenieurfirmen und aufgrund unserer Größe sind wir in der Lage, sehr komplexe und umfangreiche Projekte durchzuführen. Aufgrund der Komplexität unserer Projekte sind wir auf eine sehr gute IT-Unterstützung angewiesen. Wir bearbeiten Projekte an verschiedensten Standorten mit sehr komplexer Software und das erfordert eine hohe Zuverlässigkeit der IT. Wir haben verschiedenste Applikationen mittlerweile selbst erstellt und uns von externen Firmen unterstützen lassen. Wie bekannt sind IT-Projekte kompliziert, weil die Anforderungen nicht immer im Detail beschrieben werden können. Wir haben also diesbezüglich nicht immer die allerbesten Erfahrungen gemacht. RheinBrückes KMU-Modell ist hier außergewöhnlich. Es gibt einen Berater, der vor Ort die Applikation aufnimmt und analysiert und somit die Schnittstelle zu den Programmierern bildet. Und das ist der Schlüssel für ein erfolgreiches IT-Projekt und das wurde von RheinBrücke in bester Form durchgeführt. Wir haben mit RheinBrücke verschiedenste Projekte durchgeführt, vorwiegend im Bereich ERP Selection, Portal Collaboration und auch Applikationen. Die Zusammenarbeit mit RheinBrücke war sehr positiv und wir freuen uns auf eine weitere gute Zusammenarbeit.
For the past 16 years, I've been working as an automotive senior executive in various roles. I tended to vacillate between IT roles and operations and supply chain roles. From 10 out of those 16 years, I've worked very closely with the senior executive team of the RheinBrücke organization. We worked on some global ERP implementation projects. We worked on implementing nearshore and offshore strategies for infrastructure, application development, programming for SAP and other ERP platforms. The relationship has been extremely rewarding, both for me because it's been built on trust, but more importantly for the companies that I work for because we were able to save significant amounts of money using this offshore, nearshore model compared to working with traditional consultancies in Europe and North America. We've also worked on some projects that were not in the IT arena, for example, consolidation of supply chain and logistics processes in Europe. And I found that the level of consultancy that the RheinBrücke organization were able to provide me was first class. So I'm happy to recommend them to other organizations.
Ich bin Manager und Unternehmer im Bereich IT und Telekommunikation und bin seit 20 Jahren im internationalen Umfeld unterwegs in Bereichen Marketing, Strategie, IT und Technik und habe zuletzt für die Deutsche Telekom das Geschäft Mobile Search and Advertising aufgebaut und habe mich in den letzten Jahren selbstständig gemacht und baue momentan ein Unternehmen auf im Internet.
und habe in dem Zusammenhang die Gruppe um RheinBrücke kennengelernt, mit denen ich bereits das Vergnügen hatte, zusammenarbeiten zu können. Habe sie sehr kompetent kennengelernt im Bereich Produktentwicklung und auch in IT-Entwicklung und habe sie als sehr umgänglich und angenehm zu arbeiten kennengelernt und freue mich jetzt darauf, in den kommenden Jahren auch mit ihnen weiterhin erfolgreich arbeiten zu können.
We are helping businesses change markets, enabling them to navigate uncharted waters to stay ahead in a fast-paced world of opportunities. RheinBrücke designs and delivers solutions that enable SMEs to thrive in today's complex business environment. We help our clients achieve measurable business benefits by connecting people and technology. Thinking globally, acting locally. That's RheinBrücke IT Consulting.
And introduce our speakers and moderate the panel discussion. Petri?
Even for the evening is a panel discussion where we are talking how the next generation ERP is transforming the way organizations in Europe today work and how they are helping to build global efficiency ecosystems. And to this effect, we have a very distinguished panel this evening who will be joining us. And first and foremost, I would like to invite Keith Dean to the stage. Keith actually joined Epicor in 2012 and brings close to 24 years of operations, enterprise industry experience to the table in his current executive VP role and general manager of international businesses. He's responsible not only for sales and operation, but also for support and marketing. And he's currently focusing on revenue growth and market expansion. He actually draws a wealth of experience of having worked in large ERP and SaaS and e-commerce and middleware companies, and he's actually helped build multi-million portfolios for large enterprise companies across Europe. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a hearty welcome to Keith. Next distinguished speaker is actually from NASSCOM. NASSCOM does not need any introduction. Its reputation as an industry association in IT and BPO sector is well known. We have Purushothaman, who's actually the regional senior director and head of the region representing NASSCOM. Puru has been part of the corporate world for more than 2 decades and has done multiple roles, and he's also part of a lot of government councils such as Rural PPO Council, Hardware Council, E-Governance Council, and so on and so forth. Puru, we welcome you to the stage, and again, ladies and gentlemen, please give him a warm welcome. Again, you have to come back to the stage. Yog Karan is Managing Director of Prodema. He's also a well-renowned supply chain manufacturing process guru in the Swabian world, if I may say. That's part of Baden-Württemberg, and he serves as an active member of Board of Directors of Supply Chain Council. And he's passionate about Industry 4.0, and he works extensively on building smart factory solutions, agile supply networks, and been helping the European industry in a large way. Welcome, Jörg. Our final panel member is actually none other than Vijay Kumar, who's actually currently the chief representative of the Netherlands BSO. Actually, I had an opportunity to meet with Vijay as he's fondly called, for a drink a few months ago, and I walked away with a great deal of appreciation for his profound knowledge in the local industry. He's as much as Indian, as much as Dutch. Vijay, welcome on board.
Comfortable standing here with the back way.
Thank you. The first question, actually, which I would like to ask to Jörg is, Jörg, from a European perspective, can you actually share how the SMEs are contributing to the European economy? I mean, there's been a lot of articles which keeps coming today that the whole world has to emulate the German-speaking or the dark, Mittelstand economy model. They have been the growth engine for the rest of the world. So, from your perspective, could you throw some light on how they are actually contributing to the global economy?
SMEs are, as Vetri mentioned, the growth engine for our economic success at the moment. The European companies, especially in Germany, are very strong at the moment, also on a global scale. And this success is based on the strength and the flexibility of our small and medium-sized companies. So small and medium-sized companies, what does it mean? There are a lot of different definitions. For our business, we have the definition as that a company, a mid-sized company, goes up to 1 billion, 1.5 billion euro revenue. There are different definitions. I want to mention this because the European Union says that small and medium-sized company ends with 50 million euro. But in our opinion, many of the family-owned companies, which are small and medium-sized enterprises, are in the area of 500 million revenues, or even up to 1 billion or 1.5 billion euro revenue. And this is the interesting part for us, because all the big companies, they have a lot of consultants of internal stuff. And these small and medium-sized enterprises are 99%, more than 99% of the companies in Germany. So we have to focus on them. These companies are responsible for 60 to 70% of the economic output in Germany. They have the family ownership I mentioned before is very strong, because you can get decisions very quickly. In a big company, it takes weeks, months, sometimes years to get a decision. In such kind of a small and medium-sized enterprise, you get decisions in one day sometimes, because the owner decides what you do. And these small and medium-sized companies, where does the success come from? They have recognized that the basis for the success is innovation. They are very innovative. They have innovative products, because in Germany we cannot cope with low-cost countries in production. Small and medium-sized companies understand, and therefore they have 50 to 60% of the jobs in Germany are created by the small and medium-sized enterprises. And this is our main strength, why the German economy is so strong at the moment. And therefore we are also number one, sometimes number two in export terms. And this is on one side a very big success. On the other side, it's a very, very big challenge. But this we are discussing later. talking about the ERP systems, but I hope I could give you some impression. What is an SME about? It's flexible, it's reliable, it's responsive to the customer needs, and it has very fast processes in terms of decision making. It has innovative products, and it has strong relationships to its customers. So that's, in my opinion, the strength of the SMEs in Germany or in Europe.
Thank you, Jörg. It was quite interesting to understand from your perspective how the Mittelstand companies, as you said, are actually gearing up. Keith, I would like to ask the same question to yourself from a English-speaking European perspective. How does the SMEs there are contributing to the economy?
Yes, thank you, Petri. I mean, very similar message. I mean, certainly we're seeing that the small and medium enterprises are driving both growth and innovation. And as Petri said, although I have international responsibilities for business, I live in the UK. And one of my favourite examples of small and medium enterprises actually, we need to turn the clock back to 1919, almost 100 years ago, in East London, when an entrepreneur started selling groceries from a market store. And on that first day, he actually made £4, so $6, £4 in sales and £1 in profit. So in today's money, that's like £178 in sales and £44 in profit. So very, very small beginnings. And fast forward to today, that same business is now turning over £50 billion. It employs 472,000 people around the world and is making profits of £6,000 per minute. And that company is Tesco, which started from the market stall and has become a global leader. And I think that that's actually what we hope to see from small and medium businesses, that a proportion of them are able to come through and become large corporations. But in order to do that, they need a supportive economy. They need access to capital, which has been difficult in Europe recently. They need the right people, both internally and in partnerships, and they need the right business processes and technology. Only a small percentage of SMEs grow to be giants, but the SME market contributes significantly to the UK economy. SMEs are actually providing 67% of the private sector jobs in the UK, and more than 50% of UK GDP is coming from small and medium enterprises. One final point I'd like to make is that every economy needs a strong manufacturing base, and there's a perception around the world that the UK has moved away from manufacturing and is now a service economy. And I think that was driven by the tough time that we had in the UK in the late 70s and the early 1980s. But the good news I want to share with you today is that the UK is coming back, and it does now have a much, much stronger engineering and manufacturing base. In the Midlands, the middle part of the country alone, which was the traditional heartland of manufacturing in the UK, more than 1,000 small manufacturing companies are starting up every year. And I firmly believe that the positive economic news that we've been seeing in the UK of coming out of recession and returning to growth has largely been driven by those small and medium enterprises.
Excellent. Very interesting.